How does one catch a 50-inch muskie? Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ben Stone. You're watching canalgratis.com, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling the story of how I caught my first 50-inch muskie, all of the factors that went into it, and how that information can probably help you catch your first 50-inch muskie. Now, of course, muskies are a very notoriously difficult fish to target. They don't call them the fish of 10,000 cast for nothing. But on top of that, when you add the 50-inch mark onto that, those odds really aren't in favor of this being an easy task. And one of the reasons why I love muskie fishing so much is the challenges that they present. It's not always constant action. A lot can go wrong. But at the end of the day, I feel that reward of catching that fish is always worth it in the end. And that's why the story of my first 50-inch muskie is super special to me, because I just went through like so many roller coasters that day, and everything just came together in a really, really cool way. So while we're tackling the subject, I have footage to show you from that day. The first thing that I want to discuss is choosing the right lake. This is arguably the most important thing that's going to go into this journey that you're going to go on. Making sure that you are on a lake that can produce trophy muskies is very important, because not every muskie lake is going to be created equal. It's going to depend on a lot of the size of the lake, the forage, the pressure it gets, and most importantly, the strain of muskies that are going to be in that lake, because not every strain is created equal. Not every strain is going to even get to 50 inches. So making sure that you are on a lake that has or has been known to produce those big fish is going to be very, very important. Now, of course, there's particular bodies of water that are constantly kicking out these big fish. But for somebody like me, I'm in the Minnesota metro area. A lot of musky lakes in the area. A lot of them get hit really hard. It's not to say that there's not 50-inch fish in there. If you're really gunning after that really, really big fish, then consider taking a trip. In my case, I was very limited on where I could go, and I was lucky enough to catch my first 50-inch muskie on a lake that doesn't really have a lot of them in there. Of course, the type of lake that you're fishing is going to matter, but it's not going to be totally detrimental in the end. You just want to make sure that you're on a lake that has the capabilities to produce one of those big fish. Arguably, the second most important thing is the willpower to do what you need to do to catch that fish. It can be an emotional roller coaster, like I said. Now, the day I caught my first 50-inch muskie started off with one of the just worst things that could probably happen when trying to catch a big muskie, and that was losing a big muskie right at the start of the day.
Big one! Big, no! Oh my God! My drag! Oh my God!
Now, at this time, I was fishing one of the only main lake points on this lake. And the reason why that's important is because any sort of piece of main lake structure is going to generally hold larger fish. So I knew that fishing that spot, I had a better chance at finding a larger fish, and I did find a larger fish. I was just unlucky and ended up having my drag slip, and I lost that fish. And you could tell, I knew that was big fish. It messed me up pretty bad that day. I was pretty bummed out, but I had plenty of daylight left to, keep fishing. Of course, moments like that are gonna happen if you fish for anything. And at the end of the day, you just kind of gotta brush them off and keep casting, because that's the only way you're gonna get your next fish. And it didn't really take long after that for things to kind of sway back in my direction.
What is a muskie? What is with these dinkers? Oh, get in there. Oh no.
Okay, he's in. That just shows that this fishery is really healthy. I mean, yeah, he's probably, what, 32 inches, 31 inches, but someday this fish will be a 50-incher, and when that day comes, somebody else will be able to catch him, and it just shows this fishery, it's not going anywhere. Now, of course, that fish was only a fraction of the size of that fish that I lost, but it was enough to kind of, mend the wound of losing that bigger fish and give me some more willpower to keep on casting that day. One thing I previously didn't mention is this entire day after I lost that first fish, I stayed on that spot for the rest of the evening because I knew that I didn't really hook that fish super well. I didn't really fight it for that long, so I was pretty confident there was still a chance that that fish would potentially do something again, whether it was to get it to follow or maybe get another shot at it. So this entire day I was basically just camped out on this one point. I kept rerunning it. It seemed like every time I went over it, I got some sort of action from a different fish. And ultimately that resulted in me catching my second fish that day.
A little bit better. That was a sick figure eight. That was a sick figure eight. Hey, they're getting a little bigger. That was such a cool figure eight. Oh my god. Wow, that was one of the coolest figure eights ever. The way he just acted during that whole deal. Okay. Well, they're getting bigger. Really cool figure eight. I'm gonna go ahead and get her back so she can grow up into a big fish. Yep, she's tensing up. She's gonna go here pretty quick. She wanted there.
Again, not a big fish by any means, but right there to catch 2 muskies in a day, that really helped kind of take the weight off of losing that big fish. And I was actually at this point kind of considering, hey, I just caught 2 fish. I've had a good day. It's getting late. I can probably go home and get some rest. But something in me just wanted me to stay out there and keep casting, and that's exactly what I did. At this point, prime time was approaching, and that's another thing that can be very important when targeting big fish, is choosing the right windows to be out there. Of course, on this particular day, we had very, very nice weather with a slight wind, slight overcast. It was cooler outside. And on top of that, I knew that paying attention to moon phases was gonna help me get another shot at that fish. As I was about to call it, I realized that I was right in the middle of the moon phase. And I just had this feeling that I had a great chance to go back on this spot and have another chance at this fish. And miraculously enough, it happened to work out perfectly in my favor.
Oh, she's hooked good. She's hooked on the side. Oh, this fish is giant. Come on, girl. Oh no, stay down. It's a nice fish. Oh. Oh yes! Oh my god! Oh. She gave me a second chance, boys. She gave me a second chance and I got her. Oh! Okay. Okay. Nose is on the bump. Pinch the tail. Nose up. She's all the way front. 50-incher. Okay. She's 50, baby. I did it. Oh, look at that. Figure 8. Oh my god. Look at that fish. gorgeous fish. 50 on the dot. Goodbye, sweetie. Goodbye. That's the special bait right there. I bought this today. It's caught 3 fish, and she just caught my 50-incher. I just can't. I just can't.
So for me personally, this is a day that I really enjoy looking back on. It's a lesson to never give up. No matter what happens in the day, there's always the potential for something even better to happen if you miss an opportunity. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know. I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.